going on, guys, and welcome back to the Wicked channel. Today I want to give you guys my build for absolutely blasting the late game leveling grind. If you play this build properly, you're going to be unkillable, high sustain, and big damage. And you're going to prove all your friends wrong that told you were coping during Season 1 for picking the Barbarian. So before I lose my mind, let's go over the build. Alright, so let's talk about gear. So first things first, we run the Magnum Opus in this build because we want that unique effect. We want the bonus damage based on our Fury. This is going to give us a big damage increase. And on top of that, they're giving us vulnerability instead of physical damage once the patch comes out. So this is going to be mandatory in my Whirlwind builds for me. Second, we're going to want to chase a chest piece and pants that have 3 stats on it. We want damage reduction, damage reduction, and damage reduction. And if you can obviously get the 4th one, damage reduction. Third thing you're going to want to chase is your offensive stat priority. You're going to want to get all stats. You're going to want to get vulnerable damage. You're going to want to get crit damage. You're going to want to get crit chance. And you're going to want to get damage to healthy enemies. The reason you want damage to healthy enemies, such as like on 2-handed axes or 1-handed axe, if you can obtain that, is because when you're using the Malignant Heart Barber, you essentially spin in, they're all full HP, and then they start absorbing your, they start absorbing all of your damage from your crits and your subsequent damage. And this is going to be against most of the time against healthy enemies, right? At least for majority of the packs, they're going to be all topped off full HP. You're going to blast them, and then they're going to explode and be dead. So healthy damage is absolutely broken for Barber. So keep that in mind. Big tip right there. Now that I got you guys geared up full of yellows, let's go over the legendaries. All right, so for the helmet, we are going to want to take the aspect Iron Warrior. This is going to give us unstoppable, damage reduction. Absolutely amazing if you're running Iron Skin, right? No ifs, ands, or buts. Next thing we're going to want to run is Aspect of Disobedience, so we can get those armor stacks. I do not run this on my necklace because I'm fighting such high-level enemies that I don't really need that extra armor, right? I need more damage reduction percentage, right? So like on my amulet here, I am running the Blood Aspect for 20% damage reduction to bleeding enemies. This gets buffed up by another 50%, so now I'm looking at 30% damage reduction since I put it on my amulet. For my gloves, I'm going to run the aspect of the Expectant because attacking enemies with basic attack, which I will be doing already, is going to give me more damage, and then I'm going to be basic attacking with the aspect of Mike for also getting that damage reduction, right? So I'm basically basic attacking, whirlwinding for about 6 seconds, basic attacking, whirlwinding for 6 seconds. Now, if you're doing like a tier 36 or something and you're level 80, you don't have to do this. This is like way overkill, right? This is so you can do something like a tier 59, tier 60 at level like 80. Ghostwalker aspect for the move speed because we're going to be unstoppable very often. Edgemaster's aspect because it's just big damage all the time. Same with Limitless Rage and Dire Whirlwind. These are just going to be more buffs to our damage. Whirlwind crit chance here, and then bonus damage based on our Fury here. Bold Chieftain and Aspect of Echoing Fury like any other whirlwinding build, just so we can sustain Fury. Now, if you cannot obtain a good Echoing Fury, that doesn't matter because you have such as like the Dark Dance, right? This is going to give you so much Fury sustain, it's unreal, right? I was able to sustain Unbridled Rage at level 50 because I tried it at level 50. I could have sustained it at level 35. I have a video on that, so if you want to check it out. But insane Fury regen in Season 1 right now, so just keep that in mind. So once you got all your aspects going, right, we have the Barber as a mandatory Malignant Heart for this one. You don't have to use it, but if you want to be able to do some high stuff and be really tanky and also be putting out enough damage, Barber is going to get you there. Revenge is an absolutely busted Malignant Heart for us right now. 20% suppressed incoming damage on top of everything else we're already running. This is insane. Put it in, watch how tanky you get. Armor, I change it up a little bit. I put rubies here. Personally, I'm running skulls, actually. I know nobody likes to run skulls, so didn't want to put it in here. But I run skulls for the healing. If you're not getting one shot, that's what I would recommend. If you have any kind of survivability issues, just take the rubies. And then on the weapons, we're going to take the sapphires for the crowd-controlled crit chance because I'm more concerned on just killing packs very quickly. With Barber, vulnerability is a little janky, right? Like sometimes you come into a pack Your exploit doesn't even go off because it's absorbing all your damage, so then the mob isn't even vulnerable, right? So you're going to get more damage output out of the sapphires when you're using Barber. Now, keep in mind, right, that this build is designed to do, like, high tier stuff, right? So if you can't obtain any of these legendaries, or you're having some bad luck getting some loot or something like that, you're still going to be absolutely blasting, so don't even worry about that. But now that I got your Barbarian geared up with a bunch of legendaries, let's go over the skill points. Alright, so I'm going to blast through these skill points real quick, so let's get it. So, Lunging Strike, Enhanced Lunging Strike, Whirlwind, Enhanced Whirlwind, Furious Whirlwind because we're bleeding. Pressure Point, 3 points. Doesn't work all the time, but once your Barber starts popping, then it starts working. 1 point into Opposing Presence, 3 points into Martial Vigor. Also, this does work on bosses. Bosses are considered elites, FYI. Rallying Cry, Enhanced Rallying Cry, Tactical Rallying Cry, Iron Skin, Enhanced Ironing Skin, Challenging Shout, War Cry, Enhanced War Cry, 3 to Booming Voices, 3 to Raid Leader, 3 to Guttering Yell, 12% damage reduction before you're even hit. This means it's applied before all of your damage reduction. This is very, very good. People underestimate how much damage reduction you actually get out of this, because you're reducing the damage of the enemy before they even hit you, then your defenses get applied. 3 out of 3 points aggressive resistance. Also, this is getting buffed by another 1% per point, so we're going to be up to 12% damage reduction on this. Very big. 3-3 into Pit Fighter, 3-3 into No Mercy, 3-3 into Prolific Fury. 1 point into Hamstring, 1 point into Thick Skin, 3 into Counter Offensive, 1 into Tempered Fury, and 3 into Invigorating Fury for those big heals on top of your shout heals. And then obviously Unbridled Rage, right? That is going to be it for the skill points. Now, last but not least, let's go over the Paragon board with some essential glyphs that I think you guys need, and a pretty good order that I think you guys could take them, and it's a little bit different than your traditional meta build, right? So check it out. So we have the territorial glyph on the first one, you know, basic here. 10% damage reduction is the main reason we want this here, and 39% dexterity is very easy to get on the first board without wasting another glyph. Next, you're going to want to get your exploit, because you can get 49 dexterity on this board. Absolutely good dexterity board. Take that along with your Warbringer, right? Pretty standard here. Now, this is where things get a little bit different, right? So this is where I take Martial for my shout cooldown reduction inside of the Flawless Technique board. And the reason I do this is because I'm boosting all of my crit strike damage on one-handed weapons. That's 3 blue nodes here, right? So this gets buffed up absolutely insane. And then you're also buffing your damage reduction to close enemies. So this is just an absolute, I mean, just based on my testing and me using it, this is phenomenal. This is working out for me very, very good. And then I proceed out here. I take my crit damage here as well, because big crit damage right here. And move on over to my next board, which is the Weapons Master board. Weapons Master board, I go ahead and put my Disembowel on here so we can try to get those reductions on our shouts, right? And then the elite damage with move speed is very good as well. That makes this board pretty mandatory in my opinion. I did not include any boards after this because currently, obviously, I'm only level 80 on this current playthrough right now. I've been working a lot, you know, 9-to-5 jobs for killing me. So this is what I highly recommend you prioritize. You can grab whatever you want in any other order, right? You need exploits normally pretty mandatory early. If you have Barber, you don't need exploit early, so just keep that in mind as well. Well, and that is it. So I just want to thank you guys and appreciate you for watching this video, and like and subscribe if this build helped you get to 100. If not, I want a thumbs down because it was trash, all right? If it was a good build, thumbs up. Thank you guys. Peace.